All right, hello there, people of the internet. My name is Oduor Jagero, and this is Political Head Tech with me, Oduor Jagero, and Agi Oloo. Oloo is your father?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are so many things happening in the country right now. We will start with some of the news that is hitting us, is that Raila Odinga has been elected to be an envoy in South Sudan. I hear that Riek Machar was arrested.
Elected or appointed?
Appointed.
That's
Appointed,
different.
yeah? Yeah. Riek Machar was arrested in Juba. A lot of people are saying that he was arrested, and there is it's not very rosy and it's not very quiet in Juba. Mm-hmm. Juba is a place that is always having problems, and everybody thinks that they own that country. So I think Raila has some work on his hands to go and figure out. Riek Machar is his friend. The strong man over there is his friend. So I think, but what we are going to be talking about today is actually the idea of people abandoning this country and hoping to other places to go and get services that they should have been taken care of here, so that when they have a problem or they've got a concern, they can easily get those themselves taken care of here. Yeah. Kihika Kimani.
Yes.
This is the daughter of the legendary Kihika Kimani, Moi's friend. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you ever saw Kihika Kimani. He was a serious guy. When he stood at the pulpit, he came with his presence. A very loud guy.
He was a preacher?
No, he was a politician. Yes,
a
very good friend of Daniel Toro Tijarab Moi. Yeah, I think Nani should know him very well. The Wamunyoro guy. What is his name? Gashagwa. He should know him very well. So anyway, what is going on? What is the noise about?
So there's been a lot of conversation surrounding Susan Kihika's decision to give birth in the United States. And the debate has gone all sorts of places. The big question is that I guess I want us to start with, one, should political leaders be allowed to seek medical health care outside of the borders of this country? Especially when we know that health care specifically is a devolved function in the government, in the current government, under the current constitution. And this is not new. Susan Kihika she's not the first one who has done this. There has been and I mean, these are just stories that we have had, we have talked about over and over again, but it seems like generally our political leaders have very little faith in the healthcare systems that we have within the country. There was the example of Anyang' Nyong'o when he was undergoing his cancer treatment, which is always a very unfortunate thing. But it raises a legitimate question about, are our leaders serious enough about healthcare? And are they seeing that because even they themselves cannot get the proper healthcare that they need within the borders of this country, are they taking it seriously? Are they taking that seriously? Or is it a question of, because I can afford to keep flying outside of the country to go and seek treatment, then this is not a question. It's like, if you're a very wealthy politician and you're going through this treatment, do you think that they sit down and think, should I go to KNH? Should I go to Nairobi Hospital? Or do you think it's automatically outside of the country? Like, do you think they have doctors outside the country? Or what's your thought about that?
I think that the first reaction to me is that who is laughing now? I mean, yeah, because the electorate always know these things, that these guys are not in our league. Yeah, when there are problems where the post-election violence, they can easily take their families, put them in the car, and take off towards the sunset. Okay. And they will be very much okay wherever they are until such a time that we are okay. Yeah. They go into the streets during riots. We have seen them going there with their Prados and their V8s, and when there is tear gas, they easily take off and they leave people dying on the streets. And that is basically, I think, what is happening when they are sick and they need attention. I don't think there is a law that should prevent them from going out and seeking, medical attention wherever they want, because I think that I have been sick, and I know that when your body is suffering, you want to go to where you think that your body is going to be taken care of. You see, if you think that it's a white man that's going to touch your skin and suddenly you're going to be okay, then I think as a sick person or somebody who wants to give birth, for example, in the case of Kihika Kimani, she thinks that, okay, I don't want these doctors in Nakuru killing my babies.
Are doctors in Nakuru killing babies?
I mean, why would she go to America?
Yeah.
Or the sanitation here in Nakuru hospitals is dubious, and I don't want my kids having, infection of the blood when they come out. You see, I went to be in a suite. There is no hospital suite in Nakuru that is going to take care of me when my kids come. I want my husband, when he comes, he has got a large sofa and a cabinet where he can always take a drink and drink as he looks at his babies and enjoy the world. So that is not there in Nakuru.
Yeah.
So what do I do as somebody who has the money? I say, fuck Nakuru.
I'm
out, and I can go because I have the money that I can go to America and stay there for 2 months.
5 months.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get it.
But you see, giving birth in America is upwards of 5 million. That is how much. And that is for people who have insurance. Imagine, I don't think she has insurance in America. She was giving hard cash. And then she has to go into a suite or an apartment and stay there for another, let's say, $500 a night for 5 months. And I imagine whether she's taking that from... It's true. I imagine whether...
You're the only one who is poor. Like, we're the only ones who are poor.
Yeah, you see. So I think that if I was a governor, I would do exactly that. But what is the morality around it? What is the larger conversation that it forces? It forces the conversation of what is going on with the health in Nakuru.
Yes.
When Anyang' Nyong'o decided that I'm out to Dubai, United States, or wherever he was taking cancer treatment, what's up with Kisumu? I mean, my sister right now is suffering from cancer stage 3. It was stage 4, now it's stage 3, cancer of the blood. There is no chemo in Kisumu. There is no chemo in Nyakach. There is no chemo in Kisii. You can't do it. Yeah. You have to travel all the way to Nairobi to do these things. And I remember Nyong'o being very, when these conversations were going on, Nyong'o was at the forefront of this conversation, saying that we need to make these things work. You see, and I think
was this like as someone who had experienced the
Nyong'o was going from place to place talking about the issues of the health in this country.
Yeah,
and some of the reasons why he had to leave. And Nyong'o, even when he was campaigning, he was campaigning on these things, the issues of health, the issues of sanitation. And right now, I don't know the state of Russia. I remember the last time I asked, people were dying there was no medicine at Russia. The district hospital at the roundabout where your brother went to school, Kisumu Boys, I don't know how it is right now. Our county government, our county hospital in Nyakach, called Papunditi Healthcare Center, is a place where people go to die. Yeah, there is no medicine there. So I think the question that a lot of Kenyans are asking is, you can be able to go to the United States, but you see, nobody has a problem if you have got the best hospital in Kisumu that can take care of people who have cancer. Yeah, there is nobody who has a problem if you can if they can give birth properly in Nakuru. And you decide that, okay, I'm leaving this squeaky clean hospital, as hospital with every medicine that you can imagine, but I've decided that I've got extra cash and I want to go to the United States. I don't think somebody has a problem with you.
So we don't have a problem if you decide to go, but then we can look back home and see like women that need to give birth in Nakuru can give birth.
Yes.
And that process has less, what are they called, mortality rates is like lowering, and there's proper hospital standards. So what you're saying is, which is very interesting, I hadn't thought about it like that. Yeah. That you can go. If you want, you can go. But just make sure that healthcare within your jurisdiction is actually functional.
Yeah. That's because that is there are so many things that we can talk about these about inferiority complex, that because some people actually think that doctors in Kenya are not able to treat them properly.
Who are those people?
So many people that fly out of the country whenever they are sick.
So it's people who have choice.
There are people who have choice, but there are also people that do not believe in our doctors. But also our doctors sometimes are very dubious.
But doctors across the world can be dubious.
Yeah.
Doctors,
but they are held to account.
Yeah, but it's not about whether the doctor is Kenyan or not. A dubious doctor will be a dubious doctor regardless of where they are from. And I don't think it's fair to like reinforce that narrative that our doctors are bad doctors, because they do good work. There's a lot of good doctors within the country. And this, for me, raises the question of, like, how many times we've seen doctors go on strike, student doctors go on strike, how many times? And why is this an issue that never gets resolved? Sometimes we even hear there's back pay for, like, 2 years that they have not been paid. They've just been working. And for me, it has always been a clear sign. As someone who has seen one of my relatives who is a doctor take their expertise outside of the country, because they're just like, this government is not serious about
that is happening a lot.
Keeping the medical
profession. Even the other day, a close family friend left for the United States.
And he's gone.
With the entire family.
And he's gone. And the very sad thing about that is that he's truly, truly passionate about healthcare. Like, he's one of those people who did not do medicine as like his first degree. He didn't get the cutoff points the first time. So he did the course that he was given to do. Mm-hmm. But when he finished, he went to university for the second time now to do a medical degree under a scholarship. Mm-hmm. Like, that is how passionate he was. And he was like, it's fine. I will still do it, right? Yeah. But that is a person that we need to fight to keep within the country, because these are assets. Why are they being received abroad with such open arms, and us, we can't take care of them?
You see, that's the thing. The thing is that if you know that when you are sick, you're not going to get health care from here, then you can't take care of the person that is doing the health care. You do not.
You feel like it's like a round, it's a circular situation.
Yeah, why should I? And also, there's a lot of disrespect for people, for Kenyans generally, mm-hmm. Within the political elite.
Yeah.
There's a lot of disrespect.
That is so true.
You know, They do not think that you matter until after 5 years. You really do not matter.
That is true.
And we are cheering them on.
Yeah.
We are cheering them on and saying, yes, we do not matter. Mm. You know, you can go to America.
It's okay, go to America.
Go to America and have it. Because then also, I think this is also psychological, that there are people who think that they don't deserve anything. And I think Kenyans have reached a place whereby it begins to affect you psychologically. Mm-hmm. That I don't deserve this. Yeah. I don't deserve this money. That is why even in the county government, they steal all that money. But have you ever seen any riot against a county government? No. I have never seen.
At all.
Because
Mwalimu Wandianjoya calls it madharau.
Yes,
they show us a lot of madharau.
Yeah.
And I think we should say it in Kiswahili because it has a deeper sting. Like, mtu akikudharau, it's a different thing than like disrespect, right?
Yeah.
And I think we need to start saying these people dharau us and they talk to us as if we are like nobodies, you know, and the things they do clearly indicate that what they think of they think very little of the electorate, right? Because another issue about Kihika's birthing situation is that she's been gone for how long?
5 months.
5 months. Some people say a year. I think Tabitha Karanja was saying she's been away outside of the country for a year. Some people are saying it's been 5 months. She's taken a 5-month maternity leave, which raises a very important question about maternity leave as well. As a provision within our constitution, people are given 90 days. But obviously sometimes I know several women who have needed more time for whatever reason, like maybe you had a birthing complication, or maybe something happened as you gave birth, or your child was born underweight, or whatever situation it is, and you need more time. You can't get it.
Yeah.
You can't get it without getting, like very few organizations can give you that.
I was so shocked when my sister was giving birth 2 years ago. She was given a leave of 1 year.
Yeah.
And the husband was also given a leave of 1 year. So I think it's called maternity leave, and the other one is called paternity leave, right? Mm-hmm.
And paternity leave, we don't have. It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks?
Yeah. What's up with that?
That's very interesting.
Did you take paternity leave when your daughter was born? You didn't take paternity leave?
I've never been employed.
Oh, so no, but like, did you, even if you're not employed, did you take, like, the
from whom?
Idea is not from a person, Jagero. Jagero.
I'm an artist.
Let me ask the question again. Did you take time out of your daily, whatever you were doing on a daily basis when your child was born as the father?
Yes, I took time. My wife really had a lot of fatigue and problems during immediately after giving birth.
Postpartum.
Postpartum. What is it called? Postpartum.
It's just postpartum. Like there's postpartum complications. There's postpartum depression. There's a lot of things that.
So happen. I was with the child a lot, especially during the night when she would wake up and things like that.
Yeah.
So forth and so on. So there was that, and I think that look, I think 1 year is a lot.
You think a year is a lot?
Yeah, a year is a lot. You forget about what you were doing at work.
5 months.
I believe that
if you need it,
I believe a woman should be given 6 months.
At least 6 months.
Yeah, at least 6 months.
Fair.
Yeah, and the man should be given about 2 months.
Yeah,
2 months. 2 months is fair. The baby can coho on their own.
Babies are so delicate.
They are so delicate.
Oh my God.
When they coho, you think that is the end of their life.
No, but like that brings in a very interesting discussion about the women leaders' response to this situation. What they felt was that Susan Kihika was being bullied unduly.
Yeah.
That she's a new mother and she should be allowed to do whatever she wants, which is like if she wants to give birth abroad, she should be allowed, and she should also be allowed peace of mind as she does it. So they made it. The argument that they were giving was that she was being attacked because she's a woman. Because we've seen men, apparently, traveling abroad for a long time, but they've not received the same criticism as she has, which I don't think is fair, because Anyang Nyong'o received a lot of criticism, or the story of Anyang Nyong'o was also very prominent in the public discourse. But what do you think about that? They gave a press statement and said we need to let women have peace of mind.
I think I wouldn't completely fault them. Look, this is how I'm going to look at this situation. And I don't know who is supposed to have given us. I think that Kihika Kimani and her team should have given out a very clear response to whatever is going on. Yeah. For example, I would have expected by now that Kihika Kimani was given a leave. A pregnancy leave. What is it called? Pregnancy leave?
Maternity leave.
Maternity.
What?
I thought it was wrong.
Maternity leave. Yeah.
Well, she was given a maternity leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which she should be given. And I know I have seen women pregnant. It is torturous to the human body.
Yeah.
Pregnancy is very bad and very torturous to the human body. And given that now we know that she was carrying twins, it's an extra weight.
Yes.
It's an extra suffering.
Yes. And
I don't think a woman that is carrying 2 babies is able to go to a county government office and work.
Yes.
And I think in all fairness, she needs to have taken a rest. Okay. Secondly, Kihika Kimani this is her first term, and it was unwise of her to sleep outside the country and receive this treatment, and knowing that she was going to be out for such a long time. It was in bad taste. If you look at it, it is something that is because she knows the problems that Nakuru County has in terms of healthcare. Yeah. She knows the problems that Kenya has always had in terms of healthcare. And she should not tell us that she did not foresee this. It was going to come and bite her. And so her decision was improper. She made a very bad decision to go outside the country. There are so many hospitals in this country that are top-notch.
Yeah.
That can accommodate anybody. All right?
Yeah.
So it was good. I don't know whether she wanted to have those kids called Americans. It's so weird, you know.
Oh, maybe that also.
So, but also right now, that also cannot happen.
Yeah.
You see, so looking back, she made a very unwise decision. So I support her in going out to receive treatment, but I think that it was a bad idea for her to go out of the country and be there for such a long time. Once she had given birth, she should have quickly come into the country and recuperated here.
But how was she gonna travel with?
Well, you can travel after a month.
After a month,
you can travel after a month and come to the country. So that's what I would say. As far as the question of whether they were attacking her because of a woman is concerned, I would not be quick to say no. No, I would not be quick to say no, because sometimes women are things just arise because the person in question is a woman. Yeah, that tends to happen a lot in Kenya. That where do you get the audacity to disrespect us like this as a woman? We sympathize with you and gave you our vote as a woman. You disrespect us.
Women are given sympathy votes.
Yeah.
Are we voting in women because we sympathize with them?
No. I'm telling you what might be going in the heads of men.
Okay, tell me.
That we gave you the vote even though you are a woman and you don't deserve anything.
Oh my God.
All right? And then now we have given you this, and then you fly away, showing us in our faces that you have the money, and now you are flying away and abandoning the county.
For a long time.
Our children are not able to go to any hospital in Nakuru because it's not good, but you are showing us disrespect by going there. So I can understand the anger, and I would not wish it. I would not say that she's not being blamed because she's a woman. That's a reality in this country.
Yeah.
That there are women are sometimes judged very harshly.
That is true. I mean, I agree with you on that. But yeah, I agree with you. Actually, following even, our coverage of Kawira's story, it's very evident. Being a woman politician in our country is it's murky, right? There's a lot of judgment. And fair as that may be, I think that the women leaders and politicians who gathered to make that press statement were very much out of order.
Yeah.
Because we have not seen them apply that same energy to anything else. We covered the Saudi Arabia girls, that our girls and women that are being treated so poorly in foreign countries, they have never given us a press statement about that.
Yeah.
Women are dying in our hospitals because there is no healthcare. They have never talked about it. We've not seen them coming out strongly to defend matters that are of national importance. But when one of them faces the slightest bit of backlash for a decision that she made, that I think it's fair to question. Man or woman, I think it's fair game because you're in the political scene and because you're also an elected leader. I think it's fair question. But to make it about that and to not address the substantive issues that people are actually raising that are legitimate. So a group of 6 or 7 women leaders came to talk about the fact that a politician, a governor, had to go seek healthcare outside of the country, and their main take away was that she's a woman. No. Come and talk to us about what you're doing to repair healthcare in this country. Come and talk to us about, this is what is happening in our hospitals, and we see the necessity of why one of us would be able to would choose or opt out. But this is what we are doing to make it better for you. Linda Mama was scrapped under this regime. A very controversial thing. Very, very controversial. Which press statement did they give? To say, no, our mothers need to be protected and they need to be able to go and give birth, and the conditions should be conducive. So that is the thing that for me is not clicking.
Yeah.
It's very questionable.
So I think that you see when I started talking about this issue, I talked about the fact that Kihika did not read the room when making this decision.
Yeah.
And I think in the same press statement, these ladies did not read the room.
Did not read the room.
It could be fair that they were protecting the women. And by the way, I would go on as far as to say that the fact that they have not talked about any other thing does not mean that they shouldn't talk about this.
No, but that is not we're not saying don't talk about this. We are saying this. The fact that she is outside of the country is an issue that has deeper roots. And
that is why I keep telling you that when politicians come out to to speak about issues, they don't speak about issues.
They don't.
Yeah, so it's in bad taste. Like, again, these are people that are not reading the room. And it comes with the same kind of audacity that politicians always come out with. You know, that we can deflect.
Yeah.
We can decide to deflect this and play this card.
And there's nothing you can do
Yeah,
about
so they come, instead of talking about healthcare, they decide to deflect and say, and play victim.
And say it's a gender war.
Yeah. Which it might be, it might not be, but can you read the room?
Yeah.
And this is the problem with politicians. They never read it, and they refuse to read it. They are saying that because how wote wenye walikuwa wamekaa hapo chini, they have never given birth. Have they all given birth in the United States?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably none of them has given birth, or probably all of them have given birth. They have not given birth in the. So what does that say about them? That they are just as poor as like us. They cannot go. Because that makes them look like fools. Yeah. Sisi wanawake wenye tuko hapa, we have given birth in this country, and we are gathered here protecting one of us that has decided to go and pay 5 million to give birth and stay in an Airbnb or a suite that is costing $500 a night for 6 months.
These numbers?
It's expensive to give birth in America. And I would not be surprised that it cost her 10 million to give birth. And because she was going to choose a hospital, she could have gone to a very expensive hospital.
Yeah.
Where they charge you 1 million per day, and she would be there for, let's say, 15 days. And it come to 15 million. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
That woman would have left about 100 million in the United States. I'm telling you.
And this would just be a drop in the ocean.
Yes.
For them.
And that could as well be the county government money that was supposed to erect a hospital somewhere.
God.
You know.
That is so unfortunate.
Yeah. But the thing is that the county government has a lot of questions to answer.
That is true.
Yeah.
So they said, apparently she had given a statement. I've not seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but this is what some news outlets are reporting, that she said that she did a proper handover and her deputy is the one that is currently, which as I tried to look up, what was said was like, in practice, if a governor is unable to I guess, perform their duties for one reason or another, maybe they're on sick leave or maybe for this one on maternity leave, in practice, the deputy governor would be the person in charge. But there was a conversation as well happening about her being a remote worker, a remote governor. Kenyans are hilarious.
Yeah, she could.
So the question for me was also,
what does a governor do on a day-to-day basis?
What does a governor do
on a day-to-day basis?
And can they do that remote?
No, but what do they do?
So I tried to find out what are the big things that
a governor would be doing every day.
Should be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's every day, but I guess this would be. But one of them is.
You're the one who has gone to school. I think you should be able to tell me whether it is policy making or it is basically doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. They have a number of duties. So execution of state functions.
Okay.
So a governor would represent. So she's Ruto's representative in Nakuru. Mm-hmm. So if there's any state function or anything that
Ruto's representative.
Yeah, she's basically like the president.
She's an extension of the president.
No, not an extension of the president. Mm-hmm. But like if there was a function or something happening in Nakuru of like a state size, she would be the like point of contact for Ruto. So Ruto would be like, this is what we are doing.
That is the county commissioner.
No, it's the governor.
Is that not the county commissioner?
It's the governor.
Hiyo ni kazi ya PC.
Kweli. Wamesema state functions. Anyway, state functions within the county as assigned by the president.
I doubt those guys do
we are
work
going to verify.
I don't think the county governor works with the president in that manner. Where are you reading these things? From ChatGPT?
This is from africadialogue.co.ke. They summarized it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
So they also represent the county in national and international forums and events. So
Okay.
yeah, they would be the person to go there and do that. They also appoint with the approval of the county assembly, the county executive committee. That is their job.
Okay.
They also submit county plans and policies to the county assembly for approval.
Which can be done by the vice.
By the vice if they're not there.
Okay.
I guess. They assent to bills passed by the county assembly.
How do they assent to bills? Are they paper? Some is electronic signing.
I mean,
They can
should
courier.
be
They can courier them by DHL to
to
DC.
America.
To DC. I think they can courier them to DC.
Should we be couriering our policies? Should we?
Documents to DC.
Yeah, anything. Should we?
Are they classified?
No, I don't think they should be, because if their policies eventually they're going to be public.
Yeah. So I don't think they are.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But the
and
vice,
they're also the chair of the county executive committee.
the chair of the
County executive committee, the CEC.
how do they meet? Do they meet?
Ideally, they should meet in person.
But they can do Zoom if there is COVID, or if there is a pregnancy.
I thought our
Or if there is
politicians don't know how to do
Some know
anything online.
No, those MCAs, they know them.
They don't know.
No, those MCAs are very good.
I mean, they know, but they pretend like they don't
Just
know.
no. The county government is a bit is not as bad. They do Zoom.
As the national? So they would do a Zoom meeting and she would share it.
Yeah, she would be in a Zoom meeting, and then the papers would be couriered to DC, and she would just sign them. You know.
And then couriered back.
And then couriered back, yeah.
On whose bill?
Well, that would have to be the government's bill. The county government's bill. And it's not a lot. It's like 7,000 to courier papers to DC.
But that's not the idea is not the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea is what?
Okay, can the deputy governor sign on their behalf?
I doubt. I think that signing them. I think she can. A governor can as well be a ghost worker. I think, based on what you've read, they don't have much to do.
Remote worker.
Yeah, I think they very much sit at the top.
Yeah.
And then most of the legwork is done by lots of those county officers.
So what we are saying is that they don't have to be there in person.
They should be, but you see, if situations arise where they are not able to be there in person, then they can still do it.
So there's this guy.
Because honestly, she could have been also really, really sick, and she would
which is fair. I think it's fair. But there's this young man. I don't know whether you've seen him. His name is Evans. Is it Evans? Kimori, the one who wrote the letter to Donald Trump too.
Yeah. How do you write a letter to the president of the United States? Do you send it to the embassy?
No, you post it and tag him.
Post it on the social media?
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
Him. So he basically said...
Trump doesn't read letters online. And he doesn't read, and he's not on Facebook. And he's not on Facebook.
But also on Twitter. He posted it everywhere.
He's on Trump social. Do you know Trump social?
I don't know Trump social. Anyway, he wrote this. I am writing as a concerned citizen of Kenya on behalf of the people of Kenya.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am writing as a concerned citizen of Kenya on behalf of the people of Kenya.
Yeah.
To be specific, Nakuru County, regarding the prolonged absence of elected Governor Hechi Susan Wakarura Kihika. Elected in August 2022, has allegedly been seeking maternity and newborn medical attention in the USA for an extended period, while maternity leave is recognized under the Kenyan law for up to 90 days. She has been absent for nearly 5 months, creating a leadership vacuum in Nakuru County. Her decision to seek medical services abroad comes after her administration ordered the closure of War Memorial Hospital, a critical public healthcare facility that has served Nakuru residents since 1906. This closure, despite numerous court orders mandating its reopening, has left thousands of residents, especially mothers and children and patients with chronic illnesses, without essential healthcare. While she enjoys advanced medical care in the US, the very people who elected her continue to suffer due to the collapse of the medical services under her leadership. As an elected governor, she has a constitutional duty to ensure public services, including healthcare, remain accessible to the people. However, her prolonged absence, while critical services in Nakuru deteriorate, amounts to neglect of her responsibilities, despite her receiving huge salaries. On behalf of the residents of Nakuru, I respectfully request your intervention in facilitating in brackets, deporting, her return to Kenya so that she can resume her duties. The people of Nakuru deserve accountable leadership, and her continued stay in the US undermines the trust and democratic mandate placed in her by the electorate. Does this have merit? What do you think?
No. I think it is neither here nor there.
What do you mean?
Because then why should President Trump be the one to be deporting the lady? Because the Trump, first of all, is busy deporting people that
everyone.
No, he's deporting people that have no use, that do not give America anything. Kihika is giving a lot to America.
Also then,
I mean, 100 million
yeah.
to give birth is not something the United States is going to say no to. You know, so I think he's just taking advantage of the fact that Trump has been big on deportation and trying to deport people left, right, and center.
Do you know what his Twitter handle says?
No.
He's Nakuru governor. I think we should put a screenshot of this. Nakuru governor 2027.
Oh, he's a politician. So you see, he's acting in bad faith.
He's acting in bad faith.
Yeah, he's acting in bad faith.
I thought so. Like before I knew, like I was just seeing there was a young man.
I think his letter is very dramatic and just looking for attention, for lack of a better word. But I don't think
it did pick up the interest of many people. I mean, not Trump.
Did the U.S. government, the U.S. embassy respond to it? No. So you see how you see how useless it is.
But I think the question is, like, we need to weigh the merit of what he's actually saying.
The thing is, the United States has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, leaving the United States.
The whole thing has everything to do with Kenya and how it operates. The county government and how it operates.
Yeah.
The county government and how dubious they can be. Yeah. The county government and how corrupt they can be.
Yeah.
The county government and the audacity of disrespecting the people. So I think drawing America into this issue is belittling the whole issue.
Do you think it would have had more impact had he written to our president instead of the president of a different country?
Writing to Ruto.
Or just because people like use this as a means to kind of
but
get their word out there.
What powers do Ruto have over county governments?
Not much, but so who should he write to?
Yeah.
Like if there's
he should write to the he should write to the MCAs.
Oh, and tell them what?
And tell them to impeach her.
So that has come up.
Or demand that she comes back, or they impeach her. You know, and hear what the MCAs are saying. But I think the MCAs, you remember there's a ward fund that they demanded from that other lady that they ousted.
Yeah.
What is that ward fund? I think Kihika has given them a ward fund.
Oh, so they're just happy. They're not going through a lot like their counterparts in Meru.
If they are sick, those motherfuckers, those MCAs, they come to Nairobi Hospital.
They do.
You know?
Yeah.
Or there is one that is along Kiambu Road that is looking really good. You've seen it?
Which one?
AAR.
Oh, AAR.
Have you seen how it looks like? It looks like California.
You can go sit there. And you will be in California.
I was there, and people that came to see me saying that Jagero, you are a staycation.
You're in a staycation.
This is not a hospital. You know, they even have Java in there. You can just go to Java and go back to your room.
You are too.
So I think his letter is meant to make light of the whole issue.
Or do you think it is making light of the whole issue?
Yeah, it is making light.
It's
making light of the whole issue. He's not really serious about solving that issue, is he?
I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah, because there are so many ways. He could organize a protest in Nakuru, and that would be more effective. You know, he would go there and organize 200 people to go and meet the MCAs and ask the MCAs that what is going on.
Yeah.
And you see, this whole thing is that the question of our healthcare did not start with Kihika Kimani being a governor. It precedes her. Is that a good English?
Yeah.
Precedes.
It precedes her.
Yeah, it precedes her.
Yeah.
So even before Kihika, there was a governor. That flashy governor, I think it was called somebody Moi or whatever. You know? The PNU guy, what is it called? No. Uhuru Kenyatta's
PNU.
The Uhuru Kenyatta's name is called what? Uhuru Kenyatta's
party, Jubilee.
Jubilee. He was Feeling governor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, he was there. What did he do about the health in Nakuru? And the one before that, what did they do? So the people of Nakuru should also be honest with us. What is really going on there? The people of Kisumu should be honest with us, because Rangoma was there. Yeah. How was the health during Rangoma's time? Yeah. You know, the people of Mombasa, during Ali Hassan Joho's government, how was the health in Mombasa? So, and the reason why I keep saying that we are making light of these issues is that we are not really talking to these people about what we want. Yeah. As people in this country, I think the most important, I don't like people giving me manifestos. I like giving manifestos to politicians. This is what I want you to do. Yeah. Yeah. Don't come with a 10-point or a 15-pointer to me, telling me that you want me to what you want to do. No, who told you I want that? Yeah. I should tell each and every Kenyan during election should be able to have their own manifestos. And Kenyans never have their own manifestos. No. Yeah. They look at Ruto's manifesto. Atupangwingwi, you know manifesto ya Ruto. Yeah. Huh? And then they say, okay, we have looked at your manifesto, looks good. But what do you want? Yeah.
So that's a very good point. I like that. That we need to be more serious and aware of what is going wrong. Yeah. And advocating for those things to our leaders. Yeah. So we are not in a constant state of reaction where it's like something goes
That's the
wrong
word.
And then we react.
Very reactionary.
So we need to be a little more proactive in saying, okay, I've seen you put A, B, C, D, E, and G there, but these are the other things that I feel like should be, that are more of a priority to me. Yeah. Because if we see that our politicians are not, they're not with it like that. They're not with healthcare locally. They're not with education locally. They're not with anything. Yeah. So their lived experience is not the same as us. We're the ones who live in this country, and we're the ones who know what it's like to be a Kenyan. We're the ones who understand that deeply. And so maybe we need to start thinking about what our actual experiences are and what we want to create for the future and for our children. What kind of country do we want? Do you think there's like what is the barrier to that? Like why are we not thinking like that?
Like, and the other thing also on top of that, humans are very powerful. And one human being is very powerful. But when you put two of them together, when you put three, when you put 100 of them, we saw what Gen Z did to Ruto government. You see, it was such a powerful display it was such a huge display of power that belongs to the people. Yes. Like they made Ruto shake in his pants. And you can imagine we can do that to every MCA that comes to us, you know, and tells us that they want to be an MCA. What is it that you want to bring into this godforsaken, ward? What do you want to bring? What do you want to do?
You keep calling the words godforsaken.
Ours in Nyakach.
The Nyakach one is godforsaken.
Yeah. It's people are drinking water from the lake, from the river. Yeah. And you are busy telling us, things that are not making sense to us. There's no clinic. Yeah. And people are running around with the politicians. There is no clinic in my village. Nothing. Everybody is diagnosed with malaria. Like, is malaria the only disease? Even if you have gonorrhea, they just tell you have malaria.
And then they give you what?
They give you malaria queen. Oh, not malaria queen. There is something for malaria. There's one for malaria these days called what? I've forgotten the name. Yeah. So I think that at the end of the day, even when Kihika Kimani comes back, what are they going to do? What's supposed to do about health? Yeah. Yeah. And I think she should. And the county government has a lot of money. Yeah. The county government has a lot of money. These health things, they should be able to take care of them. You can imagine they give people $1 billion to build a road. You can imagine what $1 billion can do in healthcare. Yeah. In a clinic.
Yeah, and this just shows me that they're not serious.
Yeah. And they should start having mobile clinics going around counties to treat people. You know? Yeah. People die in my village and I don't know what has killed them. Who knows what has killed them? The people in your village, do you know what has killed them? You'd never know. Yeah, I just hear somebody has died in the village. There is a WhatsApp. We go bury them. We don't know whatever killed them.
Because they were never properly diagnosed.
Yes. My sister was having cancer in her body for years. And she has been going to those hospitals down there. Nobody saw it. We went to Norway for a visit. The first 3 weeks, they realized that she has got cancer. That's probably why Kihika Kimani are running to those places. Because they will see something that nobody is seeing here in this country. Yeah. So we can stop there, correct?
We can end it there.
We can end it there. We can talk. So people of the internet, please give us your comments. Subscribe to Political Headache. This is going to be a huge think tank, and you should not be left behind.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And Agi is a very passionate politician. No, not a political commentator. Pundit. Is it pundit or pandit?
Pandit.
Is it really a pandit? All right, people of the internet, until another episode. Bye for now.